So we are set for some pretty large boxers. You'd call these guys cruiserweights in the professional ranks. Peter Collier and Christopher Archer. And Reed, you had the opportunity to talk to a lot of the fighters. Peter Collier is one of them.
I did.
And gosh, what a story.
Incredible. Peter had to overcome so many injuries. And he had a stroke at the age of 33. Came back from that, has joined the fight, and has just dealt with injury after injury and come back for more. An incredible story.
The Cancer Crusher he is. I mean, he is a survivor. And at the age of 55, he fights out of the American Boxing Academy. Jesse Swain is his coach. Self-employed as a consultant. Raised a lot of money for this cause. The Cancer Crusher, Peter Collier.
That's right, 13.4K raised. The other amazing thing here, he has spent a lot of his life kind of dedicating his support of the fight against cancer as a vocation. Go to Haymakers' Instagram page, watch his story. He has really helped out with people in their journey and their quality of life as they battle. Peter's a special guy.
Christopher Archer is the opponent. He boxes out of the Urban Boxing Gym in Bethesda. I want to apologize to his coach as I try to pronounce his name, David Basejimuvili. That is a tough one, and I've read a lot of tough names in my life, I want you to know. But David doing a great job at the Urban Boxing Bethesda Gym. Christopher Archer is a program manager.
Look, he's a pro.
Jones
Henry is a pro, and
he's one of the best ring announcers in history. So
made it easy.
Basejimuvili is what it is. That's a lot of syllables, man.
Hey, as an Eichelberger, my heart goes out to.
190.
Yeah, it is. So both of these guys, 55 years old. Age is a factor here. Age is a real factor when it comes to the
I smell a knockout
training.
coming here in this one.
That's right.
I smell a knockout. I don't know why, but I smell a knockout coming.
Okay.
And you're really talking about two guys at 55 years of age with their first fights.
Incredible. To choose to do this at 25 is incredible. To choose to do it 30 years later is something else.
Archer and Collier. Archer in the blue corner, Collier in the red corner. Three 2-minute rounds, the order of business here for Haymakers for Hope.
Chris Archer with a couple of sponsors here. He raised 17.7K so far.
We are set for this matchup, and again, you got two guys that are 55 years old. This has got to be a thrill of a lifetime for them. We got all kinds of paparazzi here tonight.
Paparazzi
everywhere. Is here.
Just loves to make me feel awkward.
So here we go. Archer in the blue corner. Collier. Now, Collier does not have headgear. Carpenter without a hammer. Where is his headgear? He has no headgear.
How do you
These
even
are
get
amateur
out here
bouts
without headgear?
under the jurisdiction of USA Boxing. And so finally they find his headgear and they strap it on his head, and we're almost ready to go.
I got to say, for 55 years old,
everything.
these guys look
guys
good.
coming to the ring without their mouthpiece, without headgear. They're trying to buckle that thing up right now. I was looking up there and I said, boy, this guy's got a full head of hair, and I realized he's got no headgear on. How do why am I seeing his head? So here we go. 3 2-minute rounds. Haymakers for Hope. Just a great organization. doing great work raising funds to try to find a cure for cancer. Cancer has impacted just about everybody's life in this arena, in the Anthem venue here, as well as for everybody who's listening. Obviously, Reed has discussed, and I have too, some of the personal stories of these fighters, but it is a common cause, that's for sure.
Yes, it is. Near and dear to so many of us.
And this is an extended break, and you know what? This is not doing Christopher Archer any good. He's sitting here waiting, thinking about it. At least Collier is occupied with his headgear.
That's right. His legs are just getting heavier and heavier. The weight of the moment on his shoulders. But it looks like it's just about ready to go.
Finally time to play the game. Where's Triple H? Is he coming out? Oh, no, sorry. Okay, you got the taller of the two is Peter Collier at 6 foot, 5'10", Christopher Archer. They're both 190, 195 pound range. Who knows after dinner how much these gentlemen weigh?
Probably a little more after weigh-ins.
At 55 years of age, Reed, you kind of wonder. I mean, 3 rounds, 2 minutes. It's still a long way to go. It's a lot. You got to have a lot of energy.
You got to have a lot of energy. I'd imagine that they're going to pace themselves a little bit more than we've seen.
We'll see if they can pace themselves. This is their first fight, so they've been thinking about this for 55 years. Maybe not 55, but for a long time.
Tell you what, these guys don't look 55.
They don't look 55.
No way.
Yeah. Well, you don't look a day over 30.
That's what I'm talking about.
So the southpaw is Archer, and he's coming in, got a nice little left hand as he scores that time over the top. You can see Peter Collier, his hands are not held very high. A little bit of a crouch, and he's getting tagged here early. Quicker of the two appears to be Christopher Archer. Steps in and steps out. Good job avoiding the shots of Collier.
Stringing together some good combos.
Scoring himself.
Pete may be going for a one-punch knockout here. I think he's measuring and trying to throw that right hand.
And Collier really hasn't done a whole lot offensively here. I think maybe he's waiting a little bit here. Or just sometimes you have a hard time pulling the trigger. Yeah, we've seen that with boxers who have had a long careers. It kind of your reflexes are such you have a hard time pulling the trigger. But Collier, we're having a real hard time right now. Archer diving in. His hands are low, but he's very active in the ring.
Yep, he moves well. He seems very comfortable, very comfortable. He's feinting, he's moving his head.
No question. He's throwing punches and not much behind him, but those are scoring punches.
Yep.
In the amateur game, you know, that white portion of the glove is what is the contact area. You can score on that white portion of the glove on a scoring area on the body, you're going to get points. Finally, Collier fires off a right hand at the end of round 1.
Okay.
Great job by the organizers of this event and the founders of Haymakers for Hope, Julie Ann Kelly and Andrew Meyerson. You've gotten to know Andrew over the last couple of years. He's a super individual. Talk about a guy whose heart's in the right place. And this event and events around the country for Haymakers for Hope continue to grow. And so we hope you support this cause. Go to haymakersforhope.org to learn more about the organization and hopefully make a contribution.
Join the fight.
Boy, the corner of Christopher Archer giving him an earful. David B., his coach out of Urban Boxing Bethesda. And you know what? He was listening to him. Sometimes you see fighters are not listening because he was trying to get some oxygen in their lungs, but he was all ears.
All ears. Coach was fired up about something now.
Let's see if Peter Collier is loosened up a little bit. Maybe it took
he's throwing.
a gentleman a little time to loosen up.
Yeah, he's a little more aggressive here.
That left hand is scoring for Archer right over the top.
Definitely
Archer
more
got a nice slick boxing game.
Ooh, a couple body shots in there.
Yeah, he's tagging him in the body. And, you know, sometimes those are not scored as scoring blows by the amateur judges. It's sometimes just hard to tell because you can't see that from the other side of the ring.
It can take its toll on the other fighter, though. Those body shots will wear you down.
This fight is being fought for a good pace for these two 55-year-olds.
Yep. Impressive display of training, conditioning for 55-year-old gentlemen in there. All right, we got some cheers coming from the crowd for Pete here.
Collier missing wildly. Archer continues to be very consistent. Moving, sticking, moving. Seems to have plenty of energy. And Collier a little sluggish right here in round 2. Taking a big breath. You see him there?
Yeah. He told me his fight strategy was to go all in on the moment, have no regrets, no do-overs. So I'd imagine we're going to see something from him here where he's just going to start to open up a little bit.
Collier's opened up a little bit here in round 2, but maybe not enough to take the round. Christopher Archer, kind of slick, scores with the left hand, eats a right from Collier. As this fight is going to head into round 3 with Archer in the lead, it would appear.
10 seconds.
Closing moments of round 2. There, you know, Archer looking like he's slowing down a little bit there at the end of round 2. Maybe Collier, let's open the door for Collier, who's pretty tired. Look at Archer. This is tough work, man.
Yeah. It'll be an interesting round 3 because I think Archer's gassing out a little bit.
Tiffany Haynes is a ring card warrior. She says cancer is personal to me, not just because I've survived, coming up on 5 years post-treatment, but because of my grandmother's grandfather and aunt did not.
Wow.
Having a familial history of various types of cancer, I dream of a day when cures are found and the person's quality of life is preserved while being treated. Hear, hear. Well said, Tiffany Haynes, our ring card warrior for this fight. So we've got 2 minutes to go. It would appear that Christopher Archer's in front, but we'll find out how this unfolds in round 3.
Second round was better by Peter. He came out throwing a little bit more. He was a lot more competitive. Let's see what happens.
Third and final round. Touch of the gloves, and here we go. Collier fires a right. I mean, these guys have dreamed about this for years, and this is their one chance to be in the squared circle. And they're not going to leave anything in the gas tank.
Got to imagine both.
Big shot that time by Collier, trying to tee it up.
He's been waiting on it all fight.
He came from the Washington Monument with that one. I like it, though. I mean, you got to pull out of the stops.
That's what the third round is for sometimes.
And the referee, I mean, I'm sorry, I'm not going to complain about the referee.
He's controlling the pace a little bit.
Sometimes they insert themselves when it's not necessary. There was no reason for him to say anything, really.
Yeah.
Now he should say something here. The guy's back is to him. All right, well, the clock ticks away.
Here we go.
I mean, the referee is really slow in there. And Collier, you know, he's feeling it right now. I think he's very tired. He's throwing haymakers, that's for sure, but they're not connecting. And the gas tank is approaching empty.
But he is
for both
throwing.
These gentlemen.
Oh, a nice right.
55 years old each. I mean, Collier is throwing 2 punches at a time. He, holding and hitting. He's doing everything he can. The rules are out the window right now. And the referee calmly says, do not hold.
We got 20 seconds left.
So much respect for these two guys, I got to tell you.
Man.
I'm just a little bit older than these two guys, and I can't imagine what it feels like right now. Big right hand by Collier in the closing seconds. That was a big shot. Collier moving forward, trying to work off that jab, and a right hand. He is bringing it here at the end of the round. And Archer is weary.
10 seconds.
10 seconds to go.
Another
right hand to the side of the head. Archer's in trouble. Where has this been for Collier the whole fight?
Wow.
Oh, what a conclusion to this battle.
And Archer is gassed, falling over the ropes right now.
Collier is going to be mad at himself, isn't he?
Potentially. We'll see what the judges have to say, but that was an exciting way to end it.
Tell you what, at 55 years of age, it's like an old car. I mean, I think Collier needed 2 rounds to warm up.
Both of these guys will sleep till Monday.
Smiles in the corner of Collier. They like what their man did. The coach liked it.
Great work by both fighters, for sure.
Both these guys. Look at Archer.
Smoked. Rightfully so,
Good
though.
fight. I mean, you're talking about 2 55-year-old guys who just had their first fight. Very proud of both these guys. They should really get a good round of applause from the crowd here.
For sure.
These are the oldest 2 boxers we've seen in this edition of Haymakers for Hope, the 5th Beltway battle, Beltway Brawl, I should say. And they're going to sleep well tonight, both these guys are. Sir Reed, who won that one?
I got to give that one to Archer.
Right.
He just got out in front by too far. Who knows where it would have gone in another round or two.
So Henry Jones, discombobulating Jones, the legendary ring announcer who has really made his mark on the boxing world. Great to have him involved in this event, and here is the decision.
Well earned. Good fight.
Archer got the lead early, did a real good job.
Yep.
And Peter Collier, might have won the last round, but it wasn't enough.
That's right.
Archer the winner here in D.C.